Is there love in the animal kingdom? As humans, we think romantic love is unique to us. But some animal species form lifelong pair bonds, developing relationships resembling love. However, this is not as common as we think. The vast majority of bird species, about 90%, form monogamous pairs, at least during the breeding season, while in mammals, the monogamy rate is only around 3 to 5%. Still, there are a few animals that form long-term strong bonds with their mates, and scientists learn much about mate choice, post-mating attachment, neurochemical processes, and evolutionary advantages through these striking examples. The North American prairie vole is known as one of these rare monogamous mammals. This small rodent forms a nest with one mate, raises its young together, and its pair bond can last a lifetime. In lab experiments, it has been observed that it makes extra effort to reach its mate, and even gets stressed when its partner is stressed, calming it by touching. To form this strong bond, the pair needs to spend an intense honeymoon period together, mating repeatedly. From an evolutionary perspective, this attachment has advantages. Prairie voles live in vast grasslands where food is scarce and populations are sparse. Therefore, it is difficult for males to pursue multiple females, and staying with one mate to defend their shared nest is a more successful strategy. The female also gains the advantage of both caring for the young and protecting the nest from strangers with her mate's support. So, what happens in the prairie vole's brain to form such a bond? Research has revealed that oxytocin, known as the love hormone, and its close relative vasopressin play critical roles in this bond. These neurochemicals released during mating and bonding produce a dopamine-mediated pleasure response in the brain's reward circuits, such as the nucleus accumbens, making the mate's presence rewarding. Indeed, in monogamous prairie voles, oxytocin and vasopressin receptors were found to be highly concentrated in reward centers, whereas in their polygamous relatives, these receptors are almost non-existent in the same areas. Thus, in monogamous voles, seeing their mate triggers a strong happiness response, like an addict receiving a reward. This is why when this finding was reported in the media headlines called "Love Addictive." When it comes to monogamy, birds come to mind first. Indeed, pair bonding is much more common in birds than in mammals. Many bird species form faithful pairs, sometimes lasting a lifetime. Albatrosses are one of the most famous examples. Albatrosses are known for returning to the same mate each breeding season after years apart over the ocean. When they find their mates, they perform their unique greeting dances, court, and reunite in the same nest to incubate. Male and female albatrosses take turns incubating one egg and feeding the hatched chick. This cooperation helps them successfully raise their young in harsh ocean conditions. Albatross pairs generally stay together until death separates them. When one dies, the other does not find a new mate, or it takes years. An interesting fact is that despite their social fidelity, albatrosses sometimes engage in what we might call forbidden affairs, known as extra-pair copulation. Although this behavior seems like a small exception to their monogamous system, it does not disrupt their long-term pair bond. They continue their loyalty and shared parenting duties with their main mate. We also find traces of love in the seas. Seahorses, known as hippocampus fish, live highly bonded lives. Most seahorse species form monogamous pairs during the breeding season and reinforce this bond with an elegant morning dance. Every morning, the female and male meet, change colors, entwine their tails, and glide together for minutes. This ritual strengthens their bond and helps them mutually understand their reproductive status. Perhaps the most surprising feature of seahorses is the reversed reproductive role. The male gets pregnant. During mating, the female deposits eggs in the male's pouch. The male fertilizes the eggs in this pouch and supports their development. The female continues dancing with him daily, keeping their bond alive during pregnancy. After the male gives birth to hundreds of tiny seahorses, the female is ready to transfer new eggs to the same mate. This arrangement promotes monogamy. The male is certain of his paternity, so he remains loyal and invests heavily in parenting. The female gains the advantage of her young's survival with a reliable father. In some aquarium observations, a seahorse that lost its mate stopped eating and died as if from grief. This is a striking example of a kind of heartbreak even in the fish world. Let's come to the dark depths of the ocean. The anglerfish may be the creature that lives love at its most extreme. In the deep sea, finding a mate is so difficult that some deep-sea anglerfish have evolved an extraordinary method to never let go once they find the opposite sex. The tiny male, much smaller than the female, bites her and fuses to her body. Over time, he connects to her circulatory system, his organs largely degenerate, and he becomes a sperm-producing organ attached to her. The male spends the rest of his life physically attached to the female. This parasitic mate strategy ensures the female has a lifelong, ready partner and reproductive opportunity in the vast ocean. In a way, anglerfish seem to turn the phrase "two bodies, one soul" into reality. As-seen love, as we call it, appears in many animals with its biological foundations. Of course, no animal writes poems to its beloved or dines by candlelight, but the attachment and loyalty between mates can hold an important place in animals' lives, similar to human romantic love. Moreover, these bonds are often supported evolutionarily because they increase reproductive success. Brain chemicals like oxytocin and dopamine, similar to humans, drive a prairie vole to comfort its mate, an albatross to reunite with its partner, or a seahorse to grieve its loss. Animals can love in a form of love expressed through the language of hormones and behaviors that scientists can measure. See you in the next video.